Good morning, everybody, from Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. I'm very pleased to be able to say it's sunny here in Wimbledon this morning. Jackie and I extend a warm and loving welcome to you all in virtual world, and we hope you have a wonderful morning with us. One of the first things I really need to say to you, sadly, that there may be serious internet problems today. It's not Richard's fault, it's not our fault, it's the internet world's fault. So please bear with us, but Bill, who's our medium this morning, is prepared for it, and we're going to soldier on as best as we can. So I hope you have a lovely morning. We've got a surprise guest here this morning, one of our very own mediums and workers here at Wimbledon Church, Shirley Monaco. Well, I call her Shirley Monaco Brown, but all three of them. But Shirley's here today. I don't know why I said Brown. She's going to read one of her poems from her book that she wrote, and that we'll share with that as well today. So can I ask you all to go find that peaceful spot within your mind and within your heart, and I'll open the meeting with prayer. Divine Spirit, great architect of the universe, who is ever present within our being and within our hearts and our minds, and we sense your existence here on this planet Earth. We ask of thee this day that we join together in prayer, thought and in deeds to unite for a common purpose of spiritualism, to bring forward the knowledge and truths of spiritualism, of healing by the power of the Spirit, of the manifestation of continuing life after death. We know thou art ever with us. Alone we are not, but united with thee and thy angelic host and the masters that belong to thee. So into thy hands, O Lord, we commend the spirits of we thy children into thy safe keeping, knowing with thee at all times thy will shall always be done. Amen. Let's join together wherever you are within this world and say the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And leave us not when in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. We'll now ask Jackie to offer the names for healing. Oh, I didn't mention paper.
No. Good morning, everyone. It's lovely to be here at our church physically and for all of you in the virtual world, as we call it. Now, I want to have a few moments of healing where we can send out to those that are in need. I have some names I want to read out before I just go into the healing prayer. But we have our own Jim and Phil, baby Serna, Marion, Bernie, Rachel and Jen. So if you can add those individuals, Jen, and there's also a Jen as well as a Jen that needs healing. A lady phoned me up in the week and asked when we'd be doing healing services again, and we said we wouldn't, but I would put the name out on Sunday, and then hopefully all the spiritual healers that are listening this morning will put those names onto their healing lists. So in fact it travels more worldly than it would have done if we'd been having a physical service here this morning. So we can just close our eyes again as we ask for healing for those that are in need, for those in our hearts, in our minds, those that we know that are sick in hospital, that are about to perhaps go back home to heaven, but also healing for ourselves, for those individuals that work tirelessly in our hospitals 24/7, those that work on our ambulance crews and our fire crews and our police service, those that keep our electricity going, keep our roads clean, keep our supermarkets full, so that we don't have to worry about where the food is going to come from. We ask that we are given the mental strength over the coming days, as there is a little bit more of a lockdown, and we will unfortunately have to not see friends and family again for a little while. We hope that this will not last too long, and that a few weeks of us all doing the right thing will ensure that we will all keep healthy and well. We have to think of the bigger picture and the personal responsibility. So send out healing for those that will find any isolation difficult at this time. We also ask for Mother Earth, who has been going through so many wildfires and different catastrophes. There are certain winds, certain rains that there are just incredible proportions at this moment. And there's been 100 fires on the west coast of America. So the pollution of ash, of poor air, all the breathing difficulties, those that have lost loved ones in these fires, that are bereft. The animal kingdom that has had to flee from all of these wooded areas. Let's hope that they have found some sanctuary. But think of all those little creatures that normally have that as their home. Think of the kingdom of the sea, the kingdom of the air. Think of everything on God's earth. As we just ask our healing angels to come close to us this morning, take our names from us, take our healing thoughts, and open up our arms to a great big virtual hug for the world, that we may send those wonderful healing energies to all those in need at this time. Let's just have a few moments of silence where we can just link with our healing angels and link with all of those that we know ourselves personally that need healing at this time. Amen. And I'm just going to ask our surprise speaker to come up and do her reading. And as she's coming up to the platform, just like to remind people that, though we can't put a physical collection box around, that you can put a donation into PayPal just to keep our church nice and healthily open with all the different bills that we're still having to pay, and to think about other areas that are not able to open, other small churches that are still having to pay out things like their insurance, etc., so that they are able to keep going. So we think of that, but I say, if you can't find the PayPal, then just email us. You want to set up a direct debit, then, contact us. If not, if you can give to a local charity, just so that we're giving some nice positive energy for those that are in need of some finances at this time. Thank you, and I'm just going to introduce you to our Shirley.
Carry on. Thank you very much. Stand up there, that's it?
Yeah.
Look into the camera when you can.
You can't see me up there.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to read a poem from out of a poem book I wrote many, many years ago. It's just one of many, and it is entitled Carry On. When you feel you've been abandoned, carry on, along the path of love and comfort. Carry on, friends, carry on. We're not lost or been abandoned. Carry on, our God is there to lean upon. Come on, friends, carry on. Don't feel abandoned. God is there for you and me. Carry on. His love, it does surround us. Come on, friends, carry on. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Okay, friends, I just want to say a few hellos to people on screen and extend a warm and loving welcome to Bill Hughes, our medium this morning. It's lovely to have you here, Bill, and my love and regards to you and the family, and I hope they all remain well and safe during this frightening period of our time.
Thank you, Ray.
So, have we got any names, Richard? Arwin Williams, good morning. James Blythe, good morning. James has written another book on poetry, or his wife did, Sylvie, and so we've got that here as well, so hope to hear from James quite soon. Michelle, welcome, good morning, light to you as well. I love the rainbow halo. Mary Dixie, morning Mary, welcome. Laurie, good morning. Hope you have a lovely morning with us. Hey, hello, welcome. Amy, hello. I'm guessing that's a human and not a dog. Hello Maria, hello, good morning. Stephanie, good morning and welcome from South Wales. Christine from Spain, good morning, darling. I hope you're well. Lovely to see you. Sue, welcome. First time to Wimbledon. Extend a warm and extra welcome to you this morning, Sue. Phil, good morning. Welcome. Michelle, hello. You're new as well, so extend a warm, loving welcome to you as well, Michelle. Morning, Bernie. How are you, darling? Lovely to see you. Hope you're feeling well. We mentioned your name in prayers this morning. Teresa, good morning and welcome. Emma, good morning and welcome. And Dixie Keane, good morning from New Zealand. Extend that love and welcome to you as well. So friends, thank you very much for all joining in. I know there's many, many more out there. I extend a warm welcome to you all, seen and unseen. We're now going to have the address from our medium this morning, Bill, who will speak to us, and afterwards Bill will demonstrate his gift of mediumship, and I'll just speak before he starts his mediumship. Bill, I hand over to you.
Thank you, Ray. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being with us here at Wimbledon Spiritualist Church this morning. It's so lovely to see so many of you are with us. I just really want to touch on for my address with that beautiful poem that was just shared by Shirley Monaco. And I want to touch on the words that she used, which was carry on. Because in this day and age right now, it's so prevalent, I think, that those words touch each and every one of us in many different areas of our lives. You know, we've all got things, issues that are going on in and around us. And sometimes we do find it difficult to carry on. We actually find it difficult to find that inner strength within us. And those words are very inspirational. And thank you, Shirley, for sharing them with us. It's almost as though this morning we've all touched on a healing element with obviously your poem, with the words that Jackie's just shared, and obviously with what I'm going to address, because I was drawn to actually share this postcard with everybody, and I hope that everyone can see that at home there, and you can see the words that are on there, and it's I can and I will, watch me. And I was touched by Spirit this morning to actually share that with you all, because it's all about our own personal responsibility, and that's one of our 7 principles within our spiritualist belief. And our personal responsibility is to actually owe whatever it is to ourselves, to be responsible, not only for all of our actions and our thoughts and our words, but also for those from others that we may have found ourselves in scenarios or situations that left us feeling maybe a little bit uncomfortable. And these words and these scenarios that are played out in front of us, I like to look at them as though they're one of our lives or some of our lives lessons. You know, we have scenarios that are placed in front of us from time to time that don't taste particularly too good. Okay, and that's Spirit's way of teaching us a lesson and making us listen to what it is that they're trying to guide us to follow and to do. And whilst touching on personal responsibility, I will actually just quote the personal responsibility to everybody, and I'll share these words as well. So personal responsibility is a principle of one of which places responsibility for wrongful thoughts or deeds where it belongs with the individual. It is the acceptance of responsibility for every aspect of our lives, and the use to which we put our lives depends entirely upon ourselves. It is possible, or is not possible, for any other person or outside influence to interfere with our spiritual development unless we are willing to allow that. We are given freedom of choice, free will. So also are we given the ability to recognise what is right and wrong for our own spirituality. We are personally responsible for all our words, deeds, thoughts and actions. So maybe when we're sitting down and we're having a bad day, maybe we can look beyond that and find something positive to get from that. Maybe we can look at the perspective of others and the lives that they're actually living right now and be grateful and fortunate for what it is that we have, whether it's a lot or whether it's a little. You know, somewhere in the world right now, there's a mother, a father, a brother, sister, auntie, uncle, granddad, who are preparing for their transition into the next world. And how lucky are we that we get to spend another day with those who we love, for those that we care for, whom are around us. You know, there's somebody out there this morning that's homeless, that's hungry, that has nothing. How lucky are we that we actually have a roof over our head and that we have food in our cupboards, we have full bellies. We might not have the most elaborate of homes to live in, but we have a home. So once again, that's something for us to actually be entirely and truly grateful for. You know, how lucky are we that we don't suffer from an addiction? There's somebody out there this morning that's addicted to maybe a substance or alcohol. And they didn't just wake up one morning and think to themselves that they were going to become an addict. You know, something has impacted them in such a way within their lives that's turned them to the substance or the alcohol that they drink. So let's send out love. Let's send out healing. But let's also just be conscious about being personally responsible for our own actions, our own thoughts, our own words. And let's start that healing, not only from within our own selves, but if we can project that and we can touch the life of just maybe one other person out there, then you know what? We've done some good. So once again, start your day today, everybody, with those words. I can and I will. Watch me. Thank you for listening. God bless.
Wonderful talk. One of the articles of the Greater World Association, and it says, I will at all times... Sorry? I will at all times endeavour to be guided in my thoughts, words and deeds by the teaching and example of Jesus. That's an organisation that I used to run and manage many years ago. And it's very true, whatever you believe, whatever your teachings are within you, if you guide yourself to the highest, you can't go wrong in this world. And as Bill has also said, we're human and we make errors. And we were talking about my father earlier. And any of you who knew my dad, he was very good at making errors and telling for people to go forth and multiply quite often. But how we live our spiritualism, how we can live our spiritualism. So thank you. Now we're going to come to the next part of the service. Bill will demonstrate his gifts of the Spirit. If Bill should or feels you are with Bill or Bill is with you, please indicate on the screen as normal. And please remember there's a 15-second delay, so it takes a little bit of time to get through. But also, if you're saying yes to Bill, say yes to what, say to what you're saying yes to. So if Bill says, I've got your dad, you can say it's my dad and his name was John Blocks. So just be clear with your yeses and your nos, so we can do that. So I now hand over to Bill to demonstrate his gifts of the Spirit. Have a wonderful afternoon with him, and I bid you farewell for a few moments. God bless you. Hand over to Bill.
Thank you very much, Ray. Okay, Richard, you might need to change my screen, or do I need to change my screen because I've gotcha. Okay. So good morning, everybody. Let's see who's with us this morning then, Richard, so I can say a few hellos first of all. I can see Ashley Oliver's with us. Good morning to you, Ashley. Thank you for joining us this morning. Hello, Kylie. You're new from Australia. Well, you're very, very welcome. Thank you for joining us here for Divine Service this morning. Hello, Maria. Thank you very much. Hello, June. How are you? Touched a nerve in us all. Well, I hope so. I hope that resonated with a few of us. I do hope so. Hello, Stephen. How are you? I love the picture of that dog. And Kat MT, lovely address. Thank you, Kat. Hello, Stephanie. Thank you for joining us this morning. Hi there, Claire. Good morning. Thank you for joining us here at Wimbledon this morning. And hello, Joanne. Good morning to you too. Thank you for joining. Okay. Right, Richard, I'd like to move in on to my first link, if I may. And just for those of you that are joining this morning who are maybe watching me for the first time, I'll just give you a brief outline as to how I work, or I choose to work with Spirit, but they always have different ideas. So generally what I will ask them to do is I'll ask them to present themselves to me so I can physically see them, and from doing that I'll be able to give you a breakdown and description of the person that I'm actually communicating with. If they won't stand and present themselves to me, then what I will do is I will actually get them to put a picture in my mind's eye of who they are, and again I will try to be as descriptive as I possibly can with regards to the communicator I'm working with here this morning. They do sometimes like to put impressions on me, and so they'll actually give me feelings and sensations of maybe illnesses that they experienced or were experiencing prior to passing over into the world of spirit. And then once I've done that and I've brought the essence of that person into not only my room but to yours as well, I will actually ask them to give me a little bit of a personal message for you, because there's always a purpose why spirit come. There's always a purpose why they connect with us. There's always a message in it somewhere. So I will then attempt to give you a bit of a personal message, and before sending them back off to the angels up in heaven, I will then ask them for a parting gift. And that could be something that's physically here, being exchanged between you already, or this could be something that is symbolic. That I just need to place with you. So that's the way that I intend to work with Spirit this morning, but as I say, sometimes they have very different ideas. I do know that I do have a gentleman that's actually beginning to blend his energy with me now, okay? And as this gentleman's starting to blend his energy with me, Spirit have been working with me a lot just lately with music, and he seems to be singing the song in my ear, Cheer Up, Sleepy Jean. Okay, so I don't know if there's a relevance or a connection to the recipient who's watching this morning with regards to either the name or that song, or even whether or not the sleepy element connects and resonates with you. But I know that I have to pass that over as he starts to blend with me. As he starts to present himself and he starts to show himself to me, you would understand with this gentleman that I want to stand around about 5'10" in height, okay? He has a rounded belly because he's showing me his belly, okay? So I know that there's a bit of a rounded belly on this gentleman, and he talks of his brown hair even though he is presenting himself with grey, okay? So I know that there would have been a lovely brown head of hair on this gentleman, and you would recall that, or you would associate with that when he was here on the earth plane in his younger years, okay? He makes me aware that he makes me aware that he's either dad or granddad here, okay? And I know that I need to make a connection. I feel as though I need to be working with a lady recipient here this morning, because I know I have to talk with either daughter or granddaughter. I'm sorry if there's a little bit of interference, guys. It's me again with this mic. I did try to get some wireless earphones, and they were absolutely awful. So please bear with me. I've just made an adjustment, and hopefully that isn't causing too much more disturbance. I also need to talk to the recipient as well, please, about Milky Way or Milky Bars. I need to talk about white chocolate, and I don't know whether or not that you can relate to this with being with this gentleman, or that in fact that this is something that I need to be placing with you at this present moment in time. I know his passing was quite sudden. He talks to me about passing quite suddenly, and I also need to be talking about having my ears syringed as well with this gentleman, please. So I don't know, Richard, if there's anybody that can relate to this information at this present moment in time. Okay, all right, I'm going to continue just to get a little bit more information whilst we wait for the guys to place their comments up in the box below there. Okay, I also feel and understand with this gentleman as he's starting to come closer to me that I need to talk about I don't know if the word is it scrumping, where you would actually go and you would help yourselves to apples and pears out of somebody else's garden, or a vast green amount of space he's shown me. So I know that there's some type of relevance with there being a story attachment to this that maybe one of the lovely people who are watching this morning can associate too. I know with this gentleman as well that he takes me down into my legs. He takes me into my legs, so I know that I've got a lot of discomfort going on here at this present moment in time. I can see that Tina, you say, sounds like your father. He used to model his lovely hair when he was younger, died of a heart attack, and Jess is. Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you very much, Tina, for coming forward and taking that part of the information. Please still continue to listen. Can you just understand or take the relevance of why he's actually wanting to take me scrumping, please? Okay, because what he's doing as he's actually bringing that element into my mind, okay, he's actually placing the taste of a lovely apple pie in my mouth. Okay, so I don't know if he's actually brought that scrumping element in as a symbolic picture for me, to be able to get onto this connection and association with this apple pie. But I know that with this apple pie, it's home baked, and I know that I really do like all of the sweet pastries that were made within the home. Okay, I wasn't so much gone on the savoury things, you would understand, with this gentleman. I just want to talk about having a very, very sweet tooth with this gentleman. And again, I know that we are working on a bit of a delay with about 10 seconds, so I will be conscious and patient as you're communicating with me through the comment section there. You both have to have your ears syringed regularly, as we both had bad hearing. Okay, I knew that there was a reason why he was making me want to have my ears syringed. So as long as you can take and place that part of the information, then that's grand. I've done my job as a medium correctly. Okay. Also, I just need to, again, be drawn down into my legs, please, Tina. Okay. So I don't know if you can relate to this as being you that I need to be drawn into my legs with, or indeed if you can actually associate that with this lovely gentleman that I'm working with here this morning. But for some reason, I just feel as though I have a real sense of weakness, and I don't have an awful lot of strength within my legs as this gentleman blends his energy with me. So I know that I need to pass that on. His mum was a fantastic cook, always baking for the family. Okay, thank you. You would also understand as well, please, with this gentleman, I want to say with this gentleman that he makes me understand, okay, that he was a very well-educated gentleman. But when I talk about being educated, I don't want to actually be talking with regards to him having the fortune of being able to attend schooling and obtain my education from school. What I need to talk about with this gentleman is actually being self-taught educated, okay? Because he's coming forward, and as he's stepping forward and blending with me, he's talking about his wise words, okay? And I know that why I need to talk about these wise words is because I feel and understand that you yourself would, the apple, again, we're talking about apples here, see how spirit works, the apple wouldn't fall too far from the tree. So you would understand that you are very good with your wisdom and your words that you offer to other people. Yes, I suffer as he did with sciatica. Okay, my darling. So we will ask the healing angels to come close to place you some healing where it's very much needed at this present moment in time. Okay, but you would understand about the wisdom of this gentleman. You would understand about the stories that this gentleman actually shared. Okay, and I just want to be seated with this gentleman, and I just want to be lost in all of the stories that he would actually tell. You would understand, okay, because there was so much wisdom behind it. Okay, and he makes me understand that you are, oh my God, spot on, Bill, thank you. And you would also understand that you are very, very much like this gentleman, okay? I know that there is a wonderful healing ability around you. I know that you have this fantastic healing ability to heal others, okay? I know that you are able to heal others with your words, okay? I know that you're able to heal others with your listening, okay? And I feel as though you're a magnet, that you're actually, people are drawn to you, and you would understand just that random stranger that would just feel that association, that they know that they can actually talk to you. Even if I'm standing at a bus stop or I'm sitting on a train, you would understand if the carriage was empty, okay, they would come and find you. They would sit opposite you and they would strike up a conversation, because I just feel as though you're this pull and you're this draw, and people can feed off of that radiance and that energy that you emulate. You would understand, please, my darling. And I think that's the purpose of why he wants to come here today, okay, Tina, because although it's a fantastic gift that you have, okay, I also understand with this gentleman. I certainly do understand his stories were amazing. I miss him so much. Okay, but you would understand why this gentleman's saying it's wonderful. It's a wonderful, beautiful gift that you have. But there's also a time where you have to have your cut off. You actually have to be able to live your physical, earthly life. You would understand, my sweetheart. Okay, and please, could you just make sure that if you don't know how to give yourself an element of protection, that you message maybe myself or one of the guys here in the church afterwards, so that we can just go over teaching you how to just close yourself down, because I feel as though this would really drain you as well. Okay, you would understand why you return home and you would feel physically worn out, and it's purely because of this mental work and this mental listening that's going on in and around you. Okay, so I'm going to leave that part of the message with you. I feel as though I've spoken as much as I need to with this gentleman about what's relevant right now. But before I send him back off up to the angels, I'm just going to ask him if we can have a parting gift for yourself. Okay, excuse me while I have a swig of my water. And I'll try not to choke. Excuse me. You've been told about healing and soul help. I'm so sorry, everybody. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. Right, get a grip, Bill. There we go. Okay. That went down the wrong hole. Okay. All right, let me get this gift. Okay. I need to bring forward some white roses for you. Okay. I need to bring through a bunch of white roses for you. When I work with spirit and colour, okay, white is very symbolic of being at peace and at rest. So I know that I have to give you the assurance of him being completely at peace and happy within himself. He makes me understand that this is something that you've been procrastinating over. Okay, the only way that I can explain by what it is that he's communicating with me, and I hope that this relates, okay, and it's an easy way to explain. When we pass on the earth, okay, we close our eyes and we go to sleep, and when we open them, we're in a much more beautiful place, okay? And that's what is making me feel as though I need to talk to you about, okay? Because I don't know if you understand about there being a few more passings recently that have happened around you, but I feel as though I just need to give you this assurance that, you know, we close our eyes, we're free from any pain, and when we open them again, we're in a place of love and light. And I need to give you these white, beautiful roses symbolically to identify not only am I at peace, but also to give them to you with love. So I'm going to say thank you so much for working with me, Tina, and for stepping forward and taking all of the information that this lovely gentleman has brought forward this morning. And I will say God bless you and thank you. Right, I'll try not to choke this time, people. I do apologise. I went down the wrong hole. Okay. Right, let me start to work on my next link as this lady starts to blend her energy with me, because I am aware that I'm talking about mum here. Okay, so I know that I need to reach out to somebody this morning who can relate to mum being in the world of spirit. And as this lady actually starts to present herself to me, you would understand the beautiful dark hair that this lady presents herself with, long dark hair. And I want to put a wave in this lady's hair as she starts to step forward. The complexion on this lady's face as she shows herself to me is absolutely beautiful. I've hardly got a wrinkle on my face with this lady, okay? And I've got a natural glow. I've got an absolutely natural glow to my cheeks, and I've actually got an amazing pair of eyes, okay? Because I'm being drawn into this lady's eyes. I'm being lost into this lady's eyes as she steps forward. Okay, I've got a petite frame with this lady. Okay, I don't want to be particularly tall. I want to be around about 5'5", 5'6" with this lady, and I've got a petite frame. I've got dark hair and I've got dark wavy hair. You would understand about my complexion with my face. Okay, I don't have a wrinkle. Okay, and I understand with this lady that as she starts to come forward, it's quite uncanny that I've just mentioned in a previous message about closing my eyes and going to sleep, and you would understand that this was the way that this lady presents herself as passing. Okay, so she makes me understand that she just literally closed her eyes and she went to sleep. I don't want to say that I feel as though there was any illness or any build-up or connection to me or with me before I passed over into the world of spirit. Okay, you would understand as well with this lady as she starts to blend her energy with me more so now. Okay, you would understand that she's taking me for some reason. She's placing doilies in front of me. Okay, she's giving me doilies, like the little lace doilies, and I know that I want to be a little bit chintzy. And forgive me for using that word, but I want to be a little bit chintzy within my home, okay? Because she's very proud. She's very proud of her home as she takes me around and she takes me on a journey within her home. I know that she was a very house proud. Continue to work with you, Sarah. I really do feel as though I'm with the correct link straight away. Okay, but please listen, everybody else, in case you can take love and comfort from this message. Okay, Sarah, you would understand why Mum makes reference to closing her eyes and just going to sleep. Okay, you would understand as well you would understand that I need to embrace you at this present moment in time. I need to give you lots and lots of love, because I understand that I have an awful lot going on around me at this present moment in time, and Mum's coming through with that embrace and that love and that upliftment that she wants to share with you at this present moment in time. Okay, she surrounds me with pink. Okay, she surrounds me with the color pink as she draws her energy closer to me, and she brings herself forward. And when I'm working with pink, again, that is a color of love. It's a symbolic color of love for me spiritually to be able to pass on. Okay, and I'm talking about pink. I know that I need to talk about rose quartz as well. Being around you, for some reason, you would identify to having a piece of rose quartz in and around you within the home. If you don't identify with that, I know I need to give that to you symbolically, and I will check that with her once I've got the information that's come up on screen. So I'll be patient whilst you're working with me there, my darling. But you would also understand why Mum actually makes me feel and understand, yes, you do look like her, good, okay, especially those eyes. Yes, you found her. Okay, my darling, I'm sorry for that. Okay, I know that she was placing that embrace around me for a specific reason, and obviously we now know why. Okay, all right. It's almost as though what I do need to do with you, sweetheart, is that I feel as though what I have to do is centre my mind. Okay, because I still understand from what it is that Mum is saying to me is that we've not totally got over that shock, okay, and that's not how she actually wants you to remember her by, because she's bringing in funnier times, she's bringing in funnier scenarios, okay, and I hope that you would understand, because for some reason I just want to chase you down the street, but I want to be taken to my teenage years with this, and I feel as though she was running after you down the street. It's the way she's making me understand, because of something that you've done that really agitated her. Okay, I know that you're saying yes, but again, please, sweetheart, if you could just be a little bit more elaborate with what you're replying yes to, just so that I can move forward in the message and everybody at home can follow the reading at the same time. that we're sharing here, okay? But I want to be chased down the road, okay? And I want to be chased down the road in frustration. But what I want to do by sharing this with you is I actually want to bring in a giggle, and I actually want to bring in a happier memory, okay? Because again, I want to say that I'm working with a mind here that is very overthinking, okay? You're very forward thinking, you're a very forward planning individual. She makes me understand. But sometimes what she's saying to me now is that all the worrying that you do today will not change a thing tomorrow or next week, okay? So I know that we need to send healing out to you, my lovely, for your mind, to get your mind settled a little bit at this present moment in time. And we will ask the healing angels to come close and do so for us, okay? I'm just going to find out if there's anything else that Mum would like to talk to you about before we get a gift for you. But I would be interested if you can relate to this scenario of being chased up the road, okay? Because I know that there's this scenario being played out in my mind for a specific reason here. So it would be great to know if we've got that correct, or if I need to work a little bit harder on that to find out why she's presented that to me symbolically. So again, I'll wait patiently. I was 16 when she passed. Yes, I was a nightmare. Weren't we all? Oh, God bless you. Okay. I want to talk about children around me, okay? So you would understand about children being around you at this present moment in time, my love, because I don't feel as though I'm being fully rested, she makes me understand. And if this isn't with you, then you would understand that there were a number of you around Mum. It's either one of you that I need to work on with this particular scenario that she's placing into my mind again. I don't feel rested. I feel worn out, okay? I feel as though my cup's half full. I need to actually refill my cup. I feel as though I need to say that to you, okay? I feel as though I need to actually encourage you to kind of like start taking a little bit more time out for you, you would understand. And you would understand taking time out as well. And you would understand about just taking those 10 or 15 minutes out for yourself of an evening time, and you would understand about placing soft music on as well, okay? You would understand about you actually opening up spiritually yourself as well, my lovely, okay? Because I'm being touched on my head, and when I get touched on my head, it's generally an indication from spirit to let me know that I'm working with somebody who's of the same type of spiritual mind. So again, I hope that that part of the information that this lovely lady is bringing through relates. She has such an embracing energy about her. I know that I have to just pass on so much love to you. She comes through with so much love, okay? But I'm just asking her now, before I send her back off up to the angels, can we have a parting gift for you? And okay, let's see what it is that she's bringing forward. Okay. All right. Here we go. They like to work with me with food for some reason, Spirit. And I'd say to them, I've got a second chin as it is. I don't need a third one. But for some reason, she's bringing through to me, and I hope you can relate to this. She's bringing through to me the polo mints, but not the mints. I'm the only child. I have 9 kids. Okay, I knew that there was children. I'm placing that with you. Thank you very much. You're worn out. I know you are. Because she's talking to me about that. I need to give you these polo sweets, okay? It's the flavoured sweets in the polo pack, and I hope that you can remember them. I don't even know if they're still available to buy right now, but they're the fruit flavours made by Polo, okay? And she's giving me them to give to you, and I'm just saying to her, why is it that you're giving me these sweets to give to Sarah, okay? Okay. And it's almost as though what I need to say to you, my darling, is that I need to be conscious about the sweet things that I'm eating, because you're not placing yourself down at the table to sit and eat a proper meal. Mum makes me understand here, okay? And I'm just having quick fixes of sweet things you would relate to and understand why she's done that with me. So I'll wait to see what that relates to you, but I'm going to leave her love with you and say God bless you. Thank you for stepping forward and taking this part of the message and this beautiful lady. And I'll leave that parting gift. Thank you very much. God bless. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm feeling uncomfortable. Hello, Sandra Strange. I'm feeling uncomfortable as this gentleman's... Yes, she always got me then. Perfect. I knew that there was a reason why I was being given them, but also I feel that there was a double meaning on that, Sarah, with regards to being sneaky and not sitting down and eating a full plate of dinner. You would understand that as well, my darling. Okay. Right, I'm feeling uncomfortable. Tina, Bill mentioned white roses in reading last night. I came home from a week away to one single white rose that had grown on my plant, and today white roses are my gift from my father. Truly amazing evidence brought to us from these lovely mediums and our loved ones. Oh, thank you, Tina, that's so lovely. Thank you, God bless. Right, I'm feeling uncomfortable with this gentleman that's starting to make a connection with me, okay? And as this gentleman starting to bring his energy forward, he's starting to blend with me, okay? I know that thank you, Tracy. I know that I've got mobility issues with this gentleman, okay? I know that I've got severe mobility issues with this gentleman as he starts to blend, because he's making me feel so uncomfortable. Not only in my hips, you would understand, please, but he's also making me feel incredibly uncomfortable in and around my knees and my ankles. So he's taking me to 3 different parts of my body, on my lower half of my body, okay? But I'm crippled up in pain. I'm just asking him to take that off now, okay? Because it's almost as though what I want to say is... my mic. Oh, sorry again. Okay. What I want to say with this gentleman is that I need the aid and I need the assistance of a walking aid to get myself about. You would understand, okay? And it's almost as though what I want to bring forward with him is a Zimmer frame, okay? Because he's just holding this Zimmer frame as he starts to come forward. He talks to me about being granddad. He talks to me about being dad as well. So I know that there's dad or a granddad connection again with somebody here this morning who can relate to this information. This is a short gentleman that's starting to connect with me, and he's presenting himself with quite white hair as well, you would understand as well, and very balding towards the top of my head as this gentleman starts to show himself to me. Okay, I know that a little bit of a defined feature going on in and around my nose. I know I've got a little bit of a sharp point to the end of my nose with this gentleman that he's making me aware of. Okay. And I know that I need to talk about steak and kidney pie, because he's he's given me the taste of steak and kidney pie as he's coming in close to me. So I know that this would have been something that would have been a favourite of his, okay? And he's given me dollops of mashed potato as he's talking to me about this pie. God bless him. He's talking to me, he's giving me the name John, and Spirit don't generally work with me with names, so I'm not saying for 1 minute that John would be his name, but you would associate John being in and around this gentleman within the family, okay? Because he's talking to me about family as he gives me that name, as he presents that to me, okay? I know that with this gentleman as well, that before he passed into the world of spirit, I would have been confined to my bed, because he takes me to the bed and he makes me aware that he would have been on that bed. And I want to be on that bed for weeks as well, you would understand, please. I don't just want to be in that bed for a short space of time, because he's also now making me aware that I feel as though I had ulcers. I got ulcers with this gentleman as well, please, because I've got the medicinal smell of surgical spirit that's coming in under my nose. Hello there, Mr. Ian Mason. Good morning to you, my friend. Can anybody relate to this information, please, so far, Richard? Jackie O'Sullivan. Can I say a name sounds like my pop? Okay, Jackie, just be a little bit more elaborate on what it is that you're saying there. Joan, maybe. No, I do, as I say, I don't work with names generally with spirit. I know I felt guided to say John, okay, but you're taking a J as the first part of the name there, and I can see that Jeanette is also saying that's my granddad. Jeanette, I wonder if you can relate to the name John as well, please, because I have to go with what Spirit tell me. I have to trust 100% in what it is that they give me with the information that they're stepping forward. And when they give me a name, I know I really have to work hard on that, because that's a gift that they're giving to me that's not been readily brought forward. Okay. So I'm very grateful for you to give me that name, Spirit. Thank you. Could it be a nursing home? But I know I'm confined to a bed with this gentleman. So let me get a little bit more whilst you ladies pop up the remainder of your comments in the comments box. And Lynn, you're also saying that you can take this. I need to get more information then, because I've got more than one person that's associating with this link. Okay. I know that he would have been comfortable within his slippers. I know that I would have been uncomfortable in any type of shoes. I know that the footwear that I would have had on my feet would have had to have been very loose fitting because of the swelling within my feet. You would understand that part of the information, please. Mitzi, my granddad was confined to his bed in the front room. His brother John has recently passed. Okay, please continue to listen there, Mitzi, as well. I need one of you lovely ladies to associate to this part of the evidence that he's bringing forward with regards to my feet being very uncomfortable in shoes. Okay, I need very loose fitting. It's almost as though what I'm being drawn to talk about now is actually having some type of Velcro fastener. I know, some type of Velcro fastener that goes over the top of the shoe, or the soft shoe that would have been placed on my feet. Okay, I have problems with legs, feet. Had to buy a stick yesterday. Had Uncle John, Granddad in hospital, but with a heart. Denise, I don't feel as though my link is with you. I feel as though I'm being drawn back to Mitzi here. And Lynn is also saying that she can take John. So I'm going to continue to work just with Lynn and Mitzi at this present moment in time, if I may here. I just do wonder if one of you ladies can relate to why he's showing me that footwear, where I just want soft shoes in and around my feet, and I also want to have the Velcro fastening that's going on around me with that footwear, please. Okay, let me get a little bit more, because I know that he would have liked his food. Okay, I know that he would have really have been a very settled gentleman within his home. I know that his home life was incredibly important to him, because he takes me within the home and he makes me feel settled. Okay, Lynn, you're saying you can relate to this. Okay, he makes me feel settled. Okay, so I know that he was a homely person. I don't want to place him going out and about and not doing things in and around the family. You would understand, he was a very family orientated individual. He's making me feel as though I want to regurgitate all of this food that I've got at the moment. Joe Clark, you can take all of the information. Brother-in-law John, feet swollen, shoes and loose. Okay, so please listen as well then, Joe, while I get a bit more information. This is a spirit do this to me all the time, all the time, and this is a way that they actually can get through and maybe pass on more than just one message that's needed to go out here. So I know at this present moment in time that Lynn, Mitzi and Joe, I'm working with all three of you. Okay, let's see what else and where else I'm going. My granddad had edema, couldn't wear shoes. Okay, Lynn. All right, Mitzi, Joe, can you relate to that information as well, please, ladies? Because we need to do a process of elimination here, and that's Spirit's way of working me hard. Thank you, Spirit, very much. Okay, what else is it that I need to talk about here? Okay. He found it difficult to walk in anything else. His wife sent me a picture on Friday about to eat a pie with mash. Okay, all right, so it looks as though I'm now with Lynn and Joe, unless Mitzi puts any type of information that she relates to on that last part of the message. Okay. Okay. As I'm actually relating to this gentleman, and he's actually coming close, Okay, what he's doing is actually talking to me, and I feel as though I need to pass this message on to the recipient here. Okay, because I'm saying, give me a bit of information that will narrow this down now, so I know who I'm working with. You would understand, please, that I've got scenarios and I've got situations that are going on around me at this present moment in time, where I feel and I know that what I'm doing within my work capacity is no longer sitting in right with me. I know that I can go forward. I know that I can move forward. Okay, thank you, Mitzi. I think that's not for me. God bless you for stepping forward. So Joe and Lynn, please continue to listen. Okay, I'm frustrated and I've outgrown what it is that I'm doing within a capacity of work here. Okay, I'm feeling frustrated because I know that I'm worth so much more. Okay, and I feel as though I'm undervalued, and this is what this gentleman's actually making me understand, as he's actually talking to me about you. Okay, Jeanette, he was in so much pain, and the one swelling, he brought up his children. Okay, and such a proud man. Jeanette, I do feel as though my favourite food is steak and kidney pie. Oh, crikey, Spirit, what you're doing to me here this morning. Let's see what else we get, because I want to narrow this information down with you all. Okay, I know that I need to be talking about a work capacity for one of you. Okay, so one of you's got to be in full-time work. Okay, and you've got to be at a point within your role within work where you know that you've outgrown, you know that you're worth so much more, and I just want change. I just want promotion, and I just want to actually want to be working around people where I feel as though I'm appreciated so much more. And that's what he's making me understand as he's communicating and talking to me about you. So again, I need to be patient and wait and see what you're popping up there, ladies. And whilst I'm doing that, I'm just going to get a little bit more out of him, because I know that with this gentleman as well, I understand. I understand that my mindset wasn't 100% before I passed. I feel as though with this gentleman that I had a lot of confusion around my passing. Okay, I feel as though I didn't understand what was going on with me. Okay, it's almost as though consciously I wasn't able to make those decisions that needed to be made prior to me going over. Okay, yes, I've been feeling a lot like that in work. Okay, Joe. All right. So you would also please understand as well, Joe. No, not me. Sorry. Okay, Lynn. Thank you very much. So I think we still had Jeanette that was kind of like relating to that. Jeanette, I just wonder if you can associate to that work link that this gentleman's bringing through. Joe, yes, definitely. Okay. Okay. Could you also please understand as well? Okay. Could you also please understand as well why this gentleman wants to place flapjacks in front of me? Okay, because I'm just getting a tray of flapjacks being placed in front of me, and I'm asking him why he's doing that. Okay, and I think symbolically what he's doing with this is that I just want to be conscious of what's now going into my body, please, if you would understand. I just want to be conscious and aware of what it is that I'm feeding myself, okay? Because I feel as though my whole dietary intake is going through a change at this present moment in time. And I wonder again, please, if you can relate to that part of the information that the gentleman is giving me, please. Spirit work in the most wonderful ways, I tell you, they've been doing that. Yes, he did, bless him. Okay, Joe, I'll continue to work with you because I feel as though I need to finish this link with you. Jeanette, you're a volunteer at the charity shop. There is some argument. Now, I feel as though this is something that I need to be doing on a full-time in a full-time capacity, Jeanette, but please, if you can take love and comfort from this message, then do so. But I feel as though I just need to continue the message with Joe Clark there, if I may. Okay, because I know as well, as this gentleman works with me, Joe, I know as well that he brings forward with him a lady from Spirit who makes me understand that she is your grandmother, okay? And as she comes close and she starts to communicate with me, you would understand with this lady that she comes forward with again a very loving demeanour to her. Okay, she comes close with a very slight frame as well. This lady, okay, and she comes. Yes, he loved cakes. He did start to cut down. Applies to you too. Okay, fine, all right. But I just know that he's just bringing somebody else in with him because I just need to give you confirmed validation that this link and this message was correct and it was for you. Okay, and he brings this lovely lady forward. Okay, with this beautiful energy, and as she steps forward and she starts to communicate with me. For some reason, what I need to do with yourself is I need to acknowledge this lady. Okay, I need to be aware of this lady. I need to be conscious of this lady's energy actually starting to blend with you at this present moment in time within a spiritual capacity. So you would understand about the sense and the feeling of this lady coming in close and making me feel incredibly warm as she does so. Okay, but that's just a short piece of information that they've done just to confirm that that link is there with you. So she was small, bless her. Good. Okay, all right. So if you're happy, Joe, with the information that I've given you, I'm just going to ask this lovely gentleman and your grandmother to give you a parting gift before we send them back up to the angels. Okay, okay. And what they're doing with me at this present moment in time is they're actually ringing bells. Okay, they're actually symbolically ringing bells, like the handheld bells. You would understand. Okay, and I'm asking, why is it that they're giving you this? Okay, why are they giving you these bells? And they're talking to me about your hearing ability, where you're working within a spiritual capacity, okay, and you would understand that you are now a lot more receptive to actually hearing spirit as well as actually seeing spirit, because they're just ringing these bells, and it's almost as though it's an alert. It's making me conscious that I can actually understand that next part of my development and that next part of my growth. You would understand, and I hope that you can relate to that. And I'll just see by your response by popping that into the comments section there. Okay. I don't feel as though there's anything else that. Yes, I feel her all the time. She touches my head hair. Okay, great. I don't feel as though there's any more information that I need to pass over. I feel as though I've come to the end of the message, but I just need to assure you that they're around you and they're watching and they're conscious of what's going on. And I'm going to leave their love with you and say thank you for stepping forward and working with me. And we got there in the end. So God bless you. Thank you very much. How are we doing, Richard? Okay. Okay, right, let me see where else it is that I'm going to, where I'm working, okay, because I understand that this lady that's stepping forward now, I feel as though I'm working, or I need to work with somebody's either sister or a sister-in-law, because she's just talking to me as she's starting to bring her energy close and starting to bring herself forward. She's just mentioning the word sister, okay, so I know that she's coming in on the sisterly vibration. I feel as though I need to put that out there to you guys and girls who are watching this morning. You would understand with this lady as well that she didn't make particularly old bones as well, as she actually stands and presents herself to me now, okay, because I don't want to put this lady beyond my mid-50s, okay. I understand with this lady as well that she would have passed with a cancerous condition, because she's actually placing a metallic taste within my mouth, and when spirit do that with me and work with me in that way, I understand that there would have been bouts of treatment that we would have had to have undergone. Okay, so please take that part of the message as well and associate that I passed with a cancer condition. Okay, and as she talks to me about passing with a cancer condition, she does actually show me herself with her short hair and how the treatment affected my hair. And I know that that made me very conscious. It made me very conscious because my hair, as it would do with, you're welcome, Joe, yeah, as it would do with cancer treatment, it thinned, okay? But I managed my hair in a particular way, in a particular style, okay, that I carried myself off particularly well, you would understand, through my days of treatment. And she's very proud about that fact, okay? She's very assured, because I feel and understand with this lady, she blends with me even more so, okay, that it wasn't something that she wanted the whole wide world to know, because she was a very private person. So for her to come and disclose this information this morning, that's taken a lot. That's taken a lot for her to do so, you would understand, okay? Again, she has a lovely figure to her, okay? And she has a lovely way of presenting herself to me, okay? He passed only 4 weeks ago. I could take the breathing. Thank you so much. He was a very good man. Heaven gained an angel. Oh, God bless you, Joe. So, Richard, can anybody relate to this information so far that I've given with regards to this lovely lady, please? Love, it's my sister, and that's Annette that's stepping forward. Okay, okay. And Mary's saying that her eldest sister was 56 to cancer. You would understand, ladies, that this lady presents herself immaculately dressed, and I know that she was very, very conscious of the way that she presented herself, and I know that she would have taken a long time getting herself together. Even before the illness kicked in, she makes me aware, okay? She was just very fastidious about the way that she looked, okay? And she does make me understand that, you know, everything had to be just so with her. And when I'm talking about everything just being just so, I want to go with colour coordination within my clothing, okay? I want to make sure that, like, my bag matches my jacket with this lady as well. So you can relate to this symbolic images that she's showing me and playing out in my mind with regards to everything just being so and everything just matching. And again, I'll just wait patiently to see which one of you lovely ladies can relate to that information. She also talks to me, okay, private person, never noticed hair loss. Okay, Mary, okay. And I'll just wonder, Wendy, you're saying, Mum, 54, cancer, kept hair short, well presented. Okay. Okay. And Annette, I'm just waiting on you to see whether or not you related to that information. Please, my darling. I'm just going to get the next bit from her as I move forward in this message, okay? Because I feel as though I've left an impression. Okay, when she talks to me about leaving an impression, okay, what I want to say about that is that I know people have actually, on my behalf, within my memory, that they've continued to keep my memory alive. I've left an impression. I feel as though what I need to do is I need to work very closely within the realms of charity work, okay? I know that there's continuous donation that's happening around this lady. Okay, Joanne Cesar is saying 54, dignified, had lovely hair, too many people wanted to know her business, problem with her sisters. Okay, do you know, I feel as though I need to continue working this message with either Mary or Annette. I feel drawn to both of you two lovely ladies at this present moment in time, please. I'm just going to get a little bit more information from her, okay, because I need to just narrow this down to know who it is that I'm working with here this morning, okay? All right, okay. Okay. I want I want to be taken over water. I want to be taken overseas. I want to do travel. I want to have one last trip. Okay, it's almost as though what she's trying to put into my mind is that I wanted to do that final trip, and I don't feel as though I was able to finish that. I don't feel as though she actually got to do what it was that she wanted to do, where she was travelling overseas. It was almost as though like I had a tick list that she's making me aware of, and I didn't actually get to finish that final tick you would relate to. And if you don't relate to that, then I need to be taking you overseas with this tick list in association with this lady. Please, ladies, as you're popping your comments up there, you would understand as well, this lady as well. She just gives me the feel that I needed to make sure that I finished my outfit with a jacket, okay, and a very smart jacket. So I know that there would have been an arrangement of jackets, and for some, she supported arthritis care. Okay, Mary. Would you understand as well, Mary, that you know, she would have finished every single outfit off with a jacket, and for some reason she's placing like a cerise pink colour in my mindset at this present moment in time. So I know that she wasn't frightened or scared to use colour within her dress. All right, I know that I was quite elaborate with colour and the use of colour within my dress, okay, and I carried it well, okay. She makes me understand I carried it well, okay, but I just need to place these jackets for some reason. She's just bringing it forward, and again, we just go with what Spirit tell us to do. Okay, so please, if you could pop up in the comment that makes sense. She was due to go to Canada with a cousin. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you, Mary. Okay, and then I'm sorry, my darling, but I do feel as though I need to finish this message with Mary, if I may. Okay, Mary, I know with yourself at this present moment in time, she talks to me, and I know that I need to be sending healing your way. I know that I've got problems. Again, I want to be taken into my legs with you, my lovely, and I also want to be taken into my back with you as well, because I feel a little bit of discomfort and just a little bit of uncomfortableness, not being able to sit in the same position for too long, you would understand. So we're going to ask the healing angels to come close this evening and place that healing where it needs to go in and around you. You have one of her jackets. That's fantastic. I knew that there was some relevance why she was talking about these jackets to me. It's great when it all makes sense, isn't it? Also, Mary, I'm just asking her what the purpose of her visit is today. Why is it that she's come to talk to you, Mary? Okay, Mary, I know that you are a spiritual person. I know that you've chaired for me in Hackbridge Church, but I think you would agree that I don't know nothing of you. But what I need to say to you, Mary, is that I need to get back out there. I need to be back out there, and I need to be delivering my mediumship, and I need to be sharing my mediumship more. I feel as though I've come to a little bit of a stagnancy, and I need to be applying my mediumship once again. And I hope that's fair for me to share on a public platform with everybody and yourself here this morning. And that's the purpose of her visit. I want to get you back out there, not only just spiritually, but I want to get you back out. Okay, Mary, because I feel as though we've become a little bit confined and locked in. And I know it's cliche because we've been in this COVID lockdown scenario, but this lovely lady is really encouraging you to get back out there. You would understand that part of the message. Had a kidney problem recently. God bless you. Okay, so we're sending healing where it needs to go. That's why it's been drawn down into the back area and knowing that I had to send healing there. Okay, just before I send her back up to the angels, Mary, I know that I need to get a parting gift for you. Okay. For some reason, she does talk to me about the month of September, so I have to pass the month of September as either a passing, an anniversary, or a celebration around you. I'm being drawn to your image that's up on the screen at this present moment in time with that lovely cake that's in front of you, but she's also placing a cake in front of me to give to you as well. So I don't know if that fits in with what I've just said with regards to the September link, or whether or not we've just had a celebration that you can relate this cake to this cake to. Okay, but I know that I need to have a little bit of a celebration around you. I know that I've got to give you a little bit more of an upliftment element And I'm just going to say thank you so much for working with me. God bless you. And I'll leave her love. Thank you so much. Back over to you, Ray, I believe. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you very much indeed. It's been a lovely morning. I've had a couple of texts on and off throughout the service, but one of them specifically I want to share with you all now. There's a man called Mick who's known to the Robinson family. He's worked physically repairing work at both churches, Wimbledon and Hatbridge, but he's been rushed into hospital this morning and he's in stage 4 cancer and he's not at all well. And I've been asked by one of his relations if I could send out healing prayers for him this morning. He's a lovely fella, speaks his mind, and I think one of the reasons Ivan's got a blue suit with black paint on it or black varnish on it is because Mick's sign fell off the door and did it the other year. But bless him, Mick was a nice fella, and I send love and healing to him and his family and his kids and grandkids, because I know it's a very testing time at the moment for them all. So thank you, Bill. Thank you very much. I'm just going to hand over to Jackie now, who will do the rest of the service. Come back to the rest of the service.
Okay, so we're coming to the end of the service. I just wanted to mention a big thank you again for Richard, because without him being able to produce this, we wouldn't be going out there with our message. And speaking with Richard before we went live this morning, he said that we've actually reached 110,000 people since we went live with our own virtual reality on the 29th of March. And that was physically, but 50,000 people had viewed us. So that's an incredible amount. So do continue to share where you can and let people know. Our mediums for the next couple of months, we just had it confirmed with Phil's help that Gilly Emerson is going to serve us on the 20th of September, and then Simone Key will be serving us on the 27th of September. So there are mediums for the next 2 Sundays. I also want to mention that we've got with the Spiritual Psychics TV, and there has been a change in name. So if some of you have had problems finding it recently, it's Spiritual Psychics TV, that there is the afternoon sofa this afternoon at 2:30. And then this evening at 8 o'clock, then there is the Psychic Investigations. So have a look on the website and see what there is that's going. I'm sure that in a moment Richard will put them up. And then okay, they're coming on screen now so that we can just remind you of what's on later. Hopefully there'll be a few seconds with that, and then we will then use our energy to hopefully send out healing for those in need for the end of the service. Okay, and so while Richard is still putting those on, and say we've got our service on the Sunday.
We can't see it from there.
Oh, I see. Uh-huh.
He said it's all done.
It's all done. Okay, so if we can just close our eyes as we thank our Father, Mother God, for allowing us to be here today in all of our homes, join on that wonderful wave of spiritual communication with all of our spiritual family. We thank Bill for his wonderful mediumship and Shirley for sharing her poem. And we ask a blessing on all heads bowed here this morning and all homes represented until we all meet again virtually. We're also hoping that we will have read all of our small print and know that we can come back again in the next few weeks with our Wednesday service and, physically people in the church. But we just want to make sure that we've got everything geared up for exactly what we have to do. Okay, and I just want to share this poem from Walt Whitman that Ray had found. Oh, to be alive in such an age where miracles are everywhere and every inch of common air throbs a tremendous prophecy of greater marvels yet to come. So that's our words to just for you to just think on this morning. So as I say, have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and my healing out to all of you for difficulties in the next few weeks with us having to isolate ourselves a bit more. Our son is got a birthday at the end of the month, and we will have to obviously not have any more than 6 to be able to wish him a happy birthday. We've got 2 anniversaries that have been over the last few days and yet to be. Rachel and Sean celebrating their 5th wedding anniversary yesterday, and Anthony Howie's first birthday Tuesday. And if I've missed anyone's birthday, then please have a wonderful birthday. It may not be what you was expecting it if you was hoping to get a big crowd round, but we'll get through this again. Remember that. That is our word. In Julie's poem, in Bill's address, we will get through this with that personal responsibility and that we can do it. Okay. Take care, everyone. God bless.